Hi, my name's Jessica Karjanis, and I'm a former student of Patrick Smith's. He was my music teacher from 1998 to 2002 at Cooperative Arts and Humanities High School. I'm very, very lucky to have had Mr. Smith as my music teacher. I like to think of myself as the former student he can't get rid of, because every time one of my bands records a CD, I send it to him in the mail. And whether he wants it or not, he's getting another one in the fall. So when we were in high school, we had a lot of authentic experiences through our band class. We performed at civic events after school hours, and Mr. Smith would drive around in his Subaru and pick each one of us up, pile us in with all our instruments so that we could make it to the gig. And we got to record in a real recording studio every year. So doing things like this and having that work ethic instilled and that expectation that you had to know your parts when it was time to go really stuck with me, and it helped me a lot in future musical situations when I started playing in underground like rock and metal bands that were part of a very male-dominated scene. And because I had that confidence from co-op band class, I didn't feel nervous going into different musical situations. I knew that I knew my parts and I knew what to do, and it didn't matter if the other musicians were men who were 10 or 15 years older than me and much more experienced. I knew that I could do what I was supposed to do. So that has served me well over the years. As far as measurable differences, Mr. Smith made a very measurable difference in my life. He probably saved me about 30 grand in college tuition. He made a phone call to WestCon when he found out that I got in, and I don't know who he talked to or what he said, but somehow after that phone call, I had a merit scholarship for tuition and fees for the entire time I was there. Some of my classmates have went on to work very high up at Netflix. One of them is a Grammy-winning producer of Latin music, and I'm sure that they would tell you, just like I would, that Mr. Smith was a big part of their journey of where they got to today. So I'm just one student, but I know that Mr. Smith treats all his students like this every single year. So if you imagine that experience that I had times thousands of students over 20 plus years, you'll know what kind of impact Mr. Smith has had on the community. So I'm glad he was my music teacher, and I'm glad to share with you some of the experiences that I had with him.